talk to you about motivation, you know, what motivates people to do certain things. I have been motivated to go into nutrition and quite deeply into nutrition for a number of reasons, and my why has changed over the years. First of all, it was because I had been off sick for 2 years and literally crawling on my hands and knees to get anywhere, only able to sort of go to the shops to get in food once a week, and it would take me 3 days of rest to have the energy to do it, and then 3 days in bed to get over the fact that I'd done it. And I was getting worse, and I was getting sicker and sicker, and I was under my local GP. I was under, I can't tell you how many specialists, because I was privately insured at the time with my job. And I was taking everything. I was taking all the medication. I was going for all the tests. I was having regular MRIs and x-rays and horrific tests, to be honest. Really not much dignity left after all the tests they put me through. And I wasn't getting better. I was actually getting worse. And it wasn't until I went to see my GP and said, look, all of these painkillers, and I was rotating about 5 different painkillers and anti-inflammatories. I said, look, unfortunately, these are only touching the edge of the pain. What do we do now? And she turned around to me and said, well, the next level is morphine. Thank goodness. Thank goodness. I had a friend, both a friend and a relative, who had been on morphine, and I had seen their decline since they went on it. I had seen their mental decline. I had seen their physical decline. Their short-term memory was shot, and I said, no, thank you. Thank goodness I did. I said no, thank you, and I not only did I do that, I came off of all the prescription drugs, only later to find that one of them in particular had shot one of my kidneys to pieces, and I had to have it removed. Okay, so I didn't have a choice. The allopathic path had damaged me more. I needed to find an alternate, and I found nutrition. And it has taken years to get to the position I'm in, and I have so much more to learn, so much more, but I am so grateful that I have come this far. Now, that was my initial why, is I needed to get better. I wanted to go back to work. I wanted to have a life. I'd been told that by 40 I'd be in a wheelchair. Honestly, the path I was on, I think it would have been before 40. And I'm not sure I'd still be around. And then I found nutrition, and I found alternatives, and a very good friend of mine started giving me healing, and I was seeing an acupuncture practitioner who was also a physiotherapist who used the Eastern style acupuncture, because I've had Western style and that made me worse. And I slowly clawing at information, because back then, in order to get online to find the information, you were talking about 24.4 dial-up, which was painfully slow. It's been a long road, but yeah, that was my initial motivation. And then I got better, and I got a couple of dogs, and they became a motivation because I wanted them to be healthy. I wanted them to have longevity. I wanted them to have the energy and the vitality that they deserved. And I became very passionate about it. And then, of course, as you all know, I fell pregnant in 2015, and I wanted to make sure that everything I was consuming was nourishing my baby. And I didn't know enough when I was pregnant either. I know a lot more now, and he is the strongest motivation I could ever have. My son has 74 MTHFR gene mutations, which means he cannot detox from anything. Everything in the environment, everything in the home, what I wash his clothes with, what I clean him with, what I wash the bottles with, everything could cause him a huge, huge problem. And the genes are linked to non-Hodgkin's lymphoma, to leukemia, to a number of different cancers, to heart disease, to you name it. It's a risk. He has a gene mutation for it. Thank goodness I also studied epigenetics, and I know that having the gene for it does not mean that it's switched on. It doesn't mean it's switched on. It can be switched on. The gene can be switched on and then, but it doesn't mean it is switched on. And if I can control the environment that he is in, if I can control what goes into and onto his body, if I can make his life on this toxic planet as clean and nourishing as possible, then he's got a chance of not only not contracting all of those cancers, all of those heart issues, all of the horrible diseases that people are dying of today. Then I've done my job as a parent, haven't I? Then I've done the right thing. And not only that, I had him late. I was 42 when I had him. So I need to do the same for me in order to be there for him. I was at a point when he was 4 months old where I couldn't come down the stairs more than one step at a time. And what I mean by that is both feet on one step at any time. I could only come down sideways. I couldn't get on the floor and play with him. That was horrific for me. I'd waited 20 years to have a successful pregnancy, and I couldn't play with my baby until I found nutrition. Now, don't get me wrong, I have genetic issues that I have had my whole life, and my whole life I haven't eaten properly, and I haven't drunk properly, and I haven't taken all the nutrients that I take now. And you've probably seen a picture that I put up in the last couple of days of sort of rows of drinks and tablets that I take on a daily basis. And those tablets are all natural organic supplements. They are used naturopathy, and it has done wonders for me. Wonders as in I am sitting here talking to you today, compos mentis. My brain was not compos mentis when I was on all those drugs and crawling on my hands and knees for 2 years. And this is my motivation, and not only do I want to do this for myself and my family, I want to do it for you as well. I want to help you see as clearly as I see, to feel as healthy as I feel, to be able to do things that your body wouldn't have previously allowed you to do. So that's where I'm coming from when I do this. That's my truth. This is where I am coming from. I want to help you. I have learnt vast amounts. I still have so much more to learn. I'm restarting my Masters in Clinical Nutrition in September, and I study and research every single day. Not just for me, not just for my family, but for everybody that I can help. And this is what I want to do. And if you are interested in coming along on this journey of health, of organic, naturopathic health, using a ketogenic diet, taking, I take my ketones, I take my vitamins, minerals, amino acids and EFAs, I take extras because I have particular physical issues, and everybody that I speak to has particular physical issues that means they might take different extras than I need to take, and that's okay because I'm learning. I can often tell you exactly what you need. If not, I have people I can go to that are literally geniuses within natural health. I'm very, very lucky to have found my passion, to have found my niche, and to be able to help not only you and your children and all of your relatives, but your pets too. So, just wanted to tell you where I'm coming from, what I'm about, what my why is. If you have a why, tell me about it. Let's chat.